have said to you, and those who did not come in at the time, that on the first Sunday in March, approximately a month's time, we shall be practicing what we preach. We shall be going out in prime time. I call it prime time because on a Sunday morning, there are many Christians that are at church. The harvest field has been prepared for us, and we want to go out in our numbers to different areas to witness, to evangelize, lead persons to the Lord on the first Sunday in March. Be prepared for that. But I want to encourage us as we prepare to go that our mission is still the same. God has always been telling us to go out. He's always been telling us to spread the gospel. And it is still the same. So we want people to understand that as we go. And here's the first thing I need you to understand. That our mission is not to the believers. This mission of evangelism and outreach is not to believers. It is not to believers. Turn with me to Romans chapter 15. Romans chapter 15. Our mission is not to the believers. Our mission is still the same, but it is not to believers. What I'm going to be using the first 2 points to do is to tell you what it is not, and to tell you what the mission is. So that when you understand what it is not, you are clear on what it is. So the first thing is that our mission is not to the believers. In Romans chapter 15, starting from verse 20, Paul says, the church at Rome, churches at Rome, he says, "Yea, so have I strived to preach the gospel, not where Christ was named, lest I should build upon another man's foundation. But as it is written, to whom he was not spoken of, they shall see, and they that have not heard shall understand." Paul says, my mission to evangelize is not to those who have already heard it, not to people who are saved. Why would you want to tell them if they are saved already that they need to get saved again? Because they don't need to get saved again. We need to understand who our target audience is. So Paul said, I want to go. And he said, so I have strived to preach the gospel, not where Christ was named, lest I should build up on another man's foundation. I am not here, and we are not here to go to preach to people who are already saved. It makes no sense to preach to the converted. It makes no sense to share the gospel to people who are already going to heaven. We need to look for the people who've never heard, or the people who have never admitted to that, who have never gotten saved. Our mission is not to the believers. Sometimes, and I know that maybe sometimes other people may do it to us. There are some people who would have confronted us and to say, you are not saved if you are not going to church on a particular day. You are not saved if you are not keeping the law. You are not saved if you are not doing this. Listen. Even if they do that to us, I want you to understand, as we go to witness and we talk to somebody and you ask them the diagnostic question, if you should die, where would you go? And they say, heaven, question number 2, why would Jesus let you in? If they say that they have believed and trusted in the name of Jesus Christ as their personal Savior, then you have to trust them that they are saved, because that's exactly what the gospel is all about. So you say, praise God for you. Is there anything I can pray about in terms of your Christianity and strengthening? And you move on. Because our target audience are unbelievers, unconverted. Now I'm not saying that sometimes you won't be late to encourage somebody, but understand as we go out, don't spend too long on those persons, because more urgent matters are needed. Deacon Clark, put it up to you. People are dying. Mr. Clark, clarify for me. You said that that statistic was for today. Today, over 54,000 people died in the world. I would not even like to do the count to know how many people have died since time immemorial, since the beginning of time. Maybe that's a good thing to research if people can have a ballpark. But today alone, and by the time tonight, by the time this day ends, I'm certain that number will climb. It climbed in about a minute that he spoke. So that's what I'm saying to us. We're wasting time. There are people who are dying and going to hell, and we need to understand who our target audience is. And so Paul was letting it be known. He's setting the record straight. He says, verse 21, but it is written to whom he was not spoken of, that they shall see, and that they have not heard shall understand. We are to go out to people who need the Lord. Verse 22 says, for which cause also I have been much hindered from coming to you. You see, when you get hindrance, when you come up against opposition, then you know you're heading in the right direction. Because that opposition will come from the devil. The devil doesn't want us to witness. The devil doesn't want us to evangelize. So therefore, when you're coming up against that, you will realize that the devil will be seeing that to say that I don't want these people to witness. So my friends, go and don't allow the opposition to deter us. We who are Christians who name the name of Christ need to tell others about Jesus Christ. Verse 24 says, verse 23, but now having no more place in these parts, and having a great desire these many years to come unto you. What was Paul saying? Let me read from verse 22 to 23 so you can understand. He said, for which cause also I have been much hindered from coming to you. Paul says, I am not about to preach to those who are saved. I want to preach to those who are not saved, the converted. But I was hindered. And then he says, but now having no more place in these parts, and having a great desire these many years to come unto you. Paul says, I've been longing to come to you for quite a while at Rome, because there are unbelievers there. Here's what he's saying. I have covered everywhere around, and when I did the study, the geographical location, Paul, at that time, it was said that Paul was at Corinth. He says, I've covered everywhere around Corinth. And when you check back in his missionary journeys, he says, I've covered everywhere around the eastern Mediterranean. Woman, Paul not joking. That's a lot of traveling, you know. Minus car, minus plane, minus the things that make us go faster. Paul could boldly say, I have covered everything. Look at it. But now having no more place in these parts, he says, my mission is to preach to the unsaved. And I have done that in the eastern Mediterranean. I've done that in Corinth. He says, I want to conquer some more lands. I've been desiring to come to you at Rome to talk to the unbelievers that are there. But Satan hindered me. Because right now, this place that I'm at is saturated. I have done my part. I wonder, come on people of God, think about it. Have you covered everywhere in Montego Bay? Let us personalize it. Have we covered everywhere in Montego Bay? The area that Paul was talking about was massive, bigger than Montego Bay. And if one man, of course he had help, but if one man could claim that he has done his job, what have we done? You know that there are some people who have not even covered their community. And let me talk a bit frank. There are some people who have not even covered the street. Come on. Much less community. Much less city. We are wasting time. We need to understand that the mission is still the same. And the mission is not to the believers. But here's the second thing I want you to note. That our message is not about baptism. I wonder why would I make a point out of that? Simply because the Bible makes a point out of it too. So our mission is not to believers, and our message is not about baptism. Turn with me to 1 Corinthians chapter 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 1. 1 Corinthians chapter 1. We can start from verse 11 to get the context well. Paul says, "For it hath been declared unto me of you, my brethren, by them which are of the house of Chloe, that there are contentions among you. The people were divided, they were quarreling over issues, while people were dying and going to hell. Now this I say, that every one of you saith, I am of Paul, and I am Apollos, and I am Cephas, and I am Christ." So people were taking sides. Some said, I vote for Pastor Manny, I vote for Deacon Clark, I vote for Deacon Moran, and people were taking sides. I vote for this lady, I vote for that person. I'm going to follow only what he or she says. They were divided. And verse 13 says, "Is Christ divided? Was Paul crucified for you?" This is Paul talking about himself, you know. "Was Paul crucified for you? Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? I thank God," look at this phrase, "that I baptized none of you." Wow, Paul, how dare you say that, Paul? Baptism is important. He said, "I thank God I didn't baptize any of you except these two persons, Crispus and Gaius." He says, "Lest any should say that I had baptized in my own name." And that is another problem we have. People trying to tell us who to be baptized in the name of Jesus only. And you know, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, baptized in this church, baptized in the Holy Spirit, baptized in this, baptized in that. And the gospel has been slowly put under the rug. Here's what Paul says, "And I baptized also the household of Stephanus. Besides, I know not whether I baptized any other." So Paul said, "Oh, another thing. Yeah, the house of Stephanus. So I baptized Crispus and Gaius. Oh, and that house of Stephanus." Then he says, "For Christ sent me not to baptize." Whoa! For those of you who think that baptism is the most important thing since Acts chapter 1 or 2, Paul says, Christ didn't send me to baptize. "For Christ sent me not to baptize, but to what?" Say it louder. "Preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words, lest the cross of Christ should be made of none effect." Verse 17 is saying, my friends, especially the last part when he says, "Not with wisdom of words, lest the cross of Christ should be made of none effect." He says, Christ has sent me, God has sent me to preach the gospel, not with wisdom of words. In other words, not in philosophical words, lest the cross of Christ be robbed of its meaning, lest the cross of Christ be deprived of its power. If we preach any other gospel and tell people that baptism saved them, that speaking in tongues saved them, that going to church on a Saturday saved them, that going to church on a Sunday saved them, that coming to Hillview Baptist Church saved them, that becoming a member of the church saved them, if we preach any of those things, we are diminishing the power of the cross and the Christ. Because Hillview Baptist Church never died for you. The water never cleansed you. It's the blood of Jesus Christ. So get back to the gospel. Get back to the basics. Let the message speak for itself. Our message is not about baptism. Our message is not about church membership. Our message is not about works. Our message is not about idea. It doesn't matter. You see, all of these things can be done. If you're confused, you can decide to come on a Sunday or a Saturday or go to church 7 days a week. If you're confused, you could try to keep all of the laws. If you're confused, you could try to babble some tongues. If you're confused, you do all of these things and still not go to heaven. Because you miss the most important thing, the Savior Jesus Christ. So as we go out, our message is not about baptism. Our message is not about church membership. You know, I want us to be careful as we go. If you're using this as a springboard for conversation, use it as a springboard and jump right into the gospel next. In other words, what am I talking about? I am from Hillview Baptist Church. When you ask them to into church, you might be asking them to say, invite them to the church. You say, after you don't talk about the church just a little, talk about Christ. Talk about believing in Jesus. Because if we're not careful, we might even give impression to some that there's only a church in the building you can get saved. Am I making sense? You can lead anybody to the Lord anywhere, in the market, in the streets. You can lead any age group, any gender to the Lord. Just bring the gospel on your lips. If you are saved, you know how to lead somebody to the Lord. Don't tell me that you don't know. You have gotten saved unless you don't know where you go. If you believe in Jesus Christ, you can lead somebody to the Lord. Tell them what you did. I've said it over and over again. Our message is not about baptism. That's why Paul clearly stated, God didn't send me to baptize. He sent me to preach the gospel. And when we go out, that's what we must talk about. The gospel of Jesus Christ. The precious blood. The Lamb, Jesus Christ. His blood that was spilled. And 1 John 1 verse 7 says, the blood of Jesus Christ cleanses us from all unrighteousness. It doesn't matter if I try to die for all of you. Not a thing will happen. None effect. The greatest man or woman in the world, the best personality you could put to the table, was still never good enough to pay the price of our sins. It took the Lamb, it took the Son of God, because no one else was spotless. It took Jesus Christ to die on the cross for our sins. Tell the people that. Are you with me? So as we go, I want to remember the mission is still the same, and the mission is not to the believers. Our mission is not about baptism. Paul says in verse 18, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. Where perish means those that are lost, those that are spiritually dead. He says, when we preach about the cross, to those who don't know Christ at that moment, it sounds like foolishness to them. But unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. Listen, give them that power. Tell them about Jesus Christ. Tell them about what the Word of God says, and let the Word do its work. Don't let people feel that this is a social club. Come join our church. People can join church, local church, and not be a part of the universal body of Jesus Christ church. People can join church, wolves in sheep clothing, and are not saved. And when they die, they go to hell and they wonder why. Because they fool both pastor and themselves. That is why we have to give the message right. Be clear about it so that they can be clear about their decision. Accept or reject. My friends, so I've told you what our mission is not. One more time. Our mission is not to the believers. Our message is not about baptism. So what is our mission about? Thirdly and finally, our mission is a long sentence, write it down. Our mission is to unbelievers with a message that they should believe. Our mission is to unbelievers with a message that they should believe. So both the mission and the message must align. Our mission is to unbelievers with a message that they should believe. That's all we need to carry on our hearts for this. Turn back to Romans chapter 1. Romans chapter 1. Start from verse 14. You know that Paul told many people that he was an anointed apostle and an appointed apostle by God to reach many the Gentiles, because the Jews already knew Jesus, but most of them just rejected him. But because he came on his own and his own received him not, there was a multitude across the world of Gentiles, those who are not Jews, who did not know this gospel. And when he spread it, I tell you, the Gentiles ate it up. So he says, I am a debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise. Paul says, I owe them this because the Jews, they know about the Messiah. They just choose to reject him. But he says there are people who have not heard about him and they are not Jews. So he says, I'm a debtor both to the Greeks. The Greeks represent the Gentiles, and the Gentiles are anybody that are not Jews. So he says, the Greeks, I'm a debtor to them, and non-Jew. And then he says, and to the barbarians, and some of you already know this, but I'll repeat it, that a barbarian is not necessarily talking about somebody who is at this stage, who is unprincipled or simply wild, you know, like the barbarians that we watch on television. In this context, the word barbarian comes from a Greek word that means foreigners, all who were not Greeks, in other words, all others. So he speaks of three kinds of people. Jews, and then he says, I'm a debtor to the Greeks. Gentiles, anybody that's not a Jew. But the Greek-speaking persons. And then he says, all other foreigners. Then he says, both to the wise and to the unwise. There are different categories of people, there are different kinds of people. But these are the people that need the gospel the most. The people who are too intelligent, who think they are too intelligent to listen to you. Listen, just tell them the word, tell them the gospel and leave it to them. Some people have pardon the language because Paul uses it, unwise. Some people don't think they are smart enough to understand the gospel. Tell them the gospel nevertheless. In fact, if they don't think they are smart enough, make it simple. Do not complicate it. Tell them the undiluted gospel that Jesus Christ came. God became flesh. Tell them that. And he went straight to the cross. Spent 3.5 years not thinking all of that detail, but went to the cross, paid the debt for our sins. He died and he rose again and he's offering salvation. Tell them that. Would you want that in your life? Would you want him to be a savior? Tell the people that. Tell everybody. The man who rubbing off the ganja in their hand. You go to some people and you see one bulge in their waist, and if you're so lucky to see the body itself, still tell them the gospel. We are not to be partial. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter where. We go because we are sent. And God will protect his witnesses. Don't be partial to say, this one look a little too rough around the edges to hear the gospel. Not your business. Tell them. Don't look at another man and say, this one, a woman and say, these persons are too high and mighty. They'll never listen to me. I am a little under the lacking vocabulary kind of person. So I don't think I can reach this intellectual. It doesn't matter. That's not your job. Our job is to do the mission. Leave the Holy Spirit to do his conviction. So verse 15 says, so as much as is in me is, I am ready to preach the gospel to you that are at Rome also. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto what? It is the gospel that is the power of God unto salvation. Nothing else. No works, no laws, no baptism, no tongues, nothing. No good works, nothing at all. The gospel is the power of God unto salvation. By it you shall be saved. To everyone that, what is that word? Baptized? Say it louder, man. I don't want anybody who comes under the teaching of the word of God to ever misrepresent the gospel. Because I thought, what when I say misrepresent Pastor man? If you talk about any other gospel, baptism, Savior, and so forth, it is not me representing, you're misrepresenting God's word. Stick to it. As one older preacher said a few weeks ago in the Residence Conference, stick to the stuff. The stuff that saves. The word of God. It says, this is worth reading again. For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ. For it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth, to the Jew first, and also to the Greek. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. The just, those people who are declared righteous, shall live by faith. Those people who have been declared righteous in the sight of God, it is because of faith. By grace through faith, they are saved. And all of us who have done that are saved and on our way to heaven. The question is there anybody in this room that have not done that? Trusted Jesus Christ as a personal Savior? Guess what? Salvation is being offered to you right now. And it is not hard. I keep telling people, forget what people have told you. Forget what you've heard on television. It is interesting that if we see it on television or see it in a book, it almost becomes, different from the Bible, it almost becomes the authority. I heard a preacher say, I too say, I heard on television, I heard in a book. Listen, read the book of God, read the Bible, and the Bible tells us how you need to be saved. Will you believe in Jesus? Will you trust Him? Measure it against everything else, and everything else falls short. There is nothing else that saves but trust, faith, believe in Jesus Christ. He says, those who call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. So the offering is being given to you. The invitation is being given to you who have not trusted Jesus Christ as your personal Savior. And for those of us who already have trusted Him, take the message with you. Take it to the unbeliever. Don't preach to the converted. Don't preach to the choir. Tell the people who need it the most. Because both you and the converted are already going to heaven. There are people who are dying and going to hell and need to hear it from you. My friends, stick to the stuff, stick to the mission, because it's still the same. Our mission is for unbelievers with a message that they should believe.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy